From Bears Last Stand to Saban's empire, we built the league, broke the mold, and rewrote the code. Crimson Tide, unstoppable, undeniable, untouchable. 7-9 champs, goal line stand. Barry Cross made Penn State fold their hand. Chile ran, Ogilvie danced. Sugar Bowl glory, banner advance. Ray Perkins brought Bennett's wrath. 3-time All-American cleared the path. Bill Curry's crew, Siren Stacy's fire. Deep steep crown, Crimson never tired. Gene Stallings, 9-2 reign. Teague stripped Miami, left them in pain. Jay Barker Lassick, Odin Tide. Langham locked down, Thorpe took flight. We're nothing but a winner. The best to ever do it. Crimson Tide rolls deep. No one cannot do it. Built for the lights, bred for the fight. We don't chase greatness, we define it right. Saban touchdown, turn fire to flame. 6 rings later, they chant his name. And Graham ran wild, first Heisman won. 2009, Texas came undone.
Roll Tide, Alabama fans, domination. Join me in congratulating my fraternity, 587 Fraternity Incorporated, on their, 112 years in the game. Yes, that's right. I'm a 50-year-old Southern man walking around with Greek house letters on, because that's what we do in my community, because we be helping the little kids, and we collect blood and blood drives, canned foods, and all kind of community service, because my people need some help. That's what we be trying to do. That's what we do. So I'll be wearing this all day, celebrating tonight. Celebrating the night. I got the cigars on deck. I'm on this Daniel fast, but I ain't never said I ain't never seen a cigar in the Bible. So whatever. I'm gonna have a sip. Have a sip of the devil's concoction. We gotta celebrate. We gotta celebrate it, because I can say that's a long time. Make sure my math is right. 14, 26. Yeah. 112 years. Yeah, I got to do it again. I got to do it one more time. That's a lot. That's a lot, because on the other side of this is the portal. People you may already know, Isaiah Horton has hit the portal. Devastation. That's a blow right there. Now, some of these other people, Clinton Dix, who works down there at the university, he said, check the film on these people. Yeah, well, sir, Isaiah Horton, he came in there with 42 receptions, 511 yards, a team high, 8 touchdowns for the 2025 season. He was smooth like butter on a hot biscuit when we needed him. Should have had 15 touchdowns. Maybe that's why maybe going back to Miami. Maybe too late for the parade, but maybe he's going back to Miami. But that's a big hit, y'all. That's a big hit, because the thing is, the receiver room is getting empty. You know what I'm saying? The receiver room, what was that? The receiver room, oh my God, remind me again, never. How about that? Anyway, the receiver room is empty. It's like a can rolling down the street. We got 5 receivers. This man's been known to go 4 wide. Coach Caleb DeBoer, he's been going 4 wide. So that means somebody in the portal could get a deal. Somebody in the portal could get a deal. We have 5 scholarship receivers left on deck for the 2026 season. Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams. I'm going to give him a little of that. Rico Scott got in the portal and looked back, and I don't know, he stayed home like it was like grandma made chicken. So he just jumped back out. Lysell Brooks, he got a new deal. He on deck. Derek Meadows is big upside of things expected from him. He got a side, he got a kind of a body type similar to Isaiah Horton. I can't even remember his name. But I'm telling you, Ryan Williams better be careful. Cause so Darian Morgan, if he come in as advertised, the second coming of Julio Jones, and think about it, Julio had Greg McElroy throwing to him, which it is. Greg McElroy, I mean, he would tell you he's not, the quarterbacks that follow or preceded him. Where is that guy anyway? The guy that was there before. Where is he? Was it Philip? John Michael? I don't know his name. But anyway, and Julio still had a great season. If Sedarian Morgan come in as advertised and Rico Scott come back in the blaze of glory and Lacia Brooks becomes wide receiver 1 or whatever, however they do it, Ryan Williams, he maybe moving forward. Also, some other changes, some coaching shuffling around up there. Of course, we got rid of Slick and Coach Shepard's out there at Oregon State trying to figure out, man, this is what y'all do all the time? Is this what y'all? I'm sure he's fine, but he got to be saying to himself like, is like this every day? Really? Just sit around here throwing darts at Oregon Ducks, huh? Everybody in Corvallis they duck hunters. Yes, that's my Mr. Right coffee cup, because I am Mr. Right. Got what you need. Anyway, but other changes that happened. Derek Nix is coming in. Hopefully Derek Nix can teach us about some old school toughness from Southern Miss back when he was there. Some toughness from Ole Miss and Auburn. I think it's always had an impressive running game that they just failed to use on the field. Hopefully he can instill some toughness. But now we have Brian Ellis. He is moving over to take over the quarterback position after replacing Slick Sheridan, who moved on to Michigan State. Let's say a prayer real quick for Michigan State. Brian Ellis is going to move over to the quarterbacks. I guess we're looking for a tight end coach who also needs to be an offensive mind. Perhaps Derek Nix takes that over, but I wish Derek Nix would just focus on making his offense tougher. And we also dealing with Ty Simpson, who has just declared for the NFL draft. Best wishes to Ty Simpson. I don't know. Early picks got him going to my Pittsburgh Steelers. We need a quarterback. I ain't even gonna lie. Ty Simpson, a healthy Ty Simpson is probably better than, please don't hit me, Aaron Rodgers, going forward. I mean, Aaron's doing his thing, but he's going to get hurt. He's going to miss 4 to 6 games a season. This cannot last long. As I tell my friends, when the season started, Aaron Rodgers was indeed 41 years old, but there are times where I think that man is actually 56. I'm just telling you, I watch it all the time. I try not to miss a game. That's what we are, people. We need to get in the portal. We need to get some experience. We need to get some toughness. Of course, in my last video, I gave a rundown of all the people we've got. We seem like we've stayed at the FBS level, except maybe one guy, trying to bring in some tougher players. I know from Michigan and elsewhere. But the latest addition to the Crimson Tide, a long snapper. So we lost our long snapper in the portal. He's looking for elsewhere to go. But we got another one from somewhere. There have been no other additions. I did see a name on the target list. I don't like dealing with the targets. It's almost like it's almost like dealing with the recruit sometimes. Sometimes I do the recruit videos, people sign, and then they decommit by the time the official signing day comes along. But I don't like just giving news on all the targets. I mean, we should be targeting everybody in the top 30 in the portal, to be honest. We're doing well thus far. I don't know where our class will end up, but I think we're going to have to add some volume to really get a high-ranking class. Hey, that's the thing now. People are saying that, if you worth anything, you're losing 25% of your team. It would be like that in the NFL, to be honest. If they could move teams every year, NFL would be the same way. But why are they not the same way? Why doesn't the Buffalo Bills lose 25% of their team every year? There's a collective bargaining agreement in place between the owners and the players' union. Moving forward, amicably. I stole that from Coach JB. I've been using it all the time. It makes so much sense. Anyway, we need to get about at least 15 to probably 20 players out of the portal. I think we had 15 to go in, but when you add in the graduates, there's 3 different portals, really. You can run out of eligibility, you can declare for the NFL draft, or you can declare to go into the portal, which you can come back if you just open the negotiations up. I heard Nick Saban talk about this. He's talking about development. If you look at our number 1 hit areas, defense is it's okay. We did lose some people. James Smith jumped in the portal. Nobody cares of note. I'm like, I don't know enough about football to really just say that man is slow as a turtle in that story about between the hare and tortoise. I'm not going to say that. I don't know enough about football to say he's that slow. But I did notice several times that when LT Overton's out there playing and Tim Keenan, if you look at the film, when you look at coming off that ball, he was normally the third lineman across the line of scrimmage. Sometimes it was him. Sometimes it was because, people blocked him. But, well, we're going to miss Tim Keenan. We're going to miss Tim Keenan. They bringing somebody in to plug it in out there from to do some damage. I think he's kind of more of a tackle than more of end, more or pass rusher more than he is a nose tackle. But you're going to need somebody to plug in there. I'm thinking Steve Mbowa, who's already on the team. From somewhere on the continent of Africa via Canadian club ball and JUCO. I'm ready for him to make a splash. I think he got 2 more years. He's strong. I mean, nothing else, he's strong. And if he beefs up and get in that middle, I think he'll be an immovable force. But I think they're trying to play him at the end, but maybe he just doesn't have the speed needed for the SEC. But at this time, they got to start filling in holes effectively. So that's just something I think they could do. But we are up under this scourge of the portal for how many more days is that thing going to be open? Yeah, that portal was the portal's going to be open to the 16th. So at any time, I mean, you may hear Keelan Russell is joining the portal. Austin Mack going to the portal. Is there somebody who you think just won't leave? I mean, I make fun of people. Isaiah Horton, you got to take care. Number 1 rule on this thing, on this channel, you got to take care of mama. I'm not shocked if anybody go take care of mama. Y'all like taking care of mama, right? So anybody can leave at any time. And with the portal being open to the 16th, negotiations are occurring with people who are slated to be on the team. And as I'm going back to my little word on development, I'm looking at 2 things. Why would Isaiah Horton get in the portal if it's not money outside of the talent of these quarterbacks that's behind him? Is he thinking like, man, I'm not going to get the ball? So it got to be kind of money motivated. It can't be opportunity to play because he was going to stand on there and be that possession receiver, that guy in the red zone, no matter what. So I just think he got the deal. You got to, they made him an offer he couldn't refuse. So, and I'm okay with that. But when you talk about the other receivers that jumped into the portal, did they think they weren't going to play? Did they think they weren't being developed by Coach Shepard at the time or the new guy coming in? Who is the? Oh yeah, Derek Nix. They think Derek Nix is not going to do a good job. Is the usage without the run game that can't be explosive, and then the offensive lineman that jumped in the portal? Are these people that are there? Are they saying there's a lack of production or lack of confidence in Coach Grubb and their development, their future? Is that what they're saying? Because if that's what they're saying, then Coach Grubb, sir, you are not only officially on notice, your seat is blazing hot, bro. You are on the hottest seat I can think of. Running back left, one running back left, 6 receivers, well, 2 graduated. 2 tight ends graduated. All these linemen, something ain't right. Something is not right. Something's stinking. Because you think about it, the people got to be looking for development. I'm gonna just say that most of them are looking for development. How could you be looking for money and you know the receivers were there, but on the offensive line, you got to be looking for development. Will Conformi he went from being our guard, sometimes tackle, to becoming an Aggie. He's with Texas A&M right now. Is he looking to get developed? He got 2 more years left. He wants to be a better tackle. We got one of their tackles who could be leaving. Arkel Arguwam, I think that's his name. I think he jumped into the portal. He came over here from Texas A&M. He ain't playing either. You got to be looking for that because let's just be honest. They know they soft as baby doo-doo. Hands down. They know they soft and they want to get tougher. So they're going to go somewhere that can be tougher, I guess. I don't know. All I'm saying for right now, Coach Grubb. Coach Grubb, it's not looking good. Oh, the natives are not happy, Coach Grubb. You're not Mr. Right. I am. But I understand it's your first year. You didn't know the SEC was like this. They're saying you said the same thing up there in Seattle, though. The running game was nowhere to be found, but now they like top rushing team in the country. Coach Grubb, you see the difference that a change can make? We could fix all our issues if somebody was to come in and just run the team like it's supposed to be run in the SEC. We're not going far without a running game. I'm tired of talking about that. I'm tired of talking about the portal. Let's get on to some better stuff. Let's see. I know people want to know what's happening to Coach Kapolovic. He's the offensive line coach. I've heard nothing yet about what's going on there. But congratulations right now are in order. Congratulations. But before I do that, let me talk about the men's basketball team. Nate Oates has these boys playing fast and furious. They're currently, I think, number 13 in the AP poll. I've seen them as high as 4 at one time. LeBaron Fallon is doing everything with 21.3 points a game, and Aiden Holloway, you know, that boy's cold. He's cold as January morning with 18.7. The highs of this season, they had a massive win over St. John's at Madison Square Garden a couple weeks ago. Then they had a victory against Kentucky, 89-74. But then, they came back and they took a lump upside the head, several lumps that kind of keep them down. So I don't know if they're at an elite level. They're at a very, very high competitive level. They are better than most, I guess, because they lost to Arizona miserably. They lost to Purdue. And then they lost to Vanderbilt. I didn't see it coming, but let me tell y'all something. Just in case you don't know, you remember what Vanderbilt did today? Football team? At that time, I think Jerry Stackhouse was still the coach up there, but they got rid of the Stack. And they got somebody else there. And they did the same thing to their basketball team. Because I don't know if their basketball team lost a game. I mean, he got a gut punch. People didn't expect them. They knew Vanderbilt was doing good. But they were like, are they that good? Yeah. Beat us by 6 points, 96-60. Now on to the real people that are playing like real champions. They should move their rooms and their beds to the Walk of Champions at the University of Alabama. Let's talk about Coach Christy Curry and the women's basketball team. doing the doggone thing, doing it big. 16-1. These girls was getting kicked around like rag dolls last year. They had one player, Jay Barker's daughter. That was it. Everybody else, I was like, where the players at? I guess she was building depth because they got it now. Oh yeah. Look, these girls are 16-1, 2-1 in the SEC. They lost one game, and guess who they lost to? You know they lost to Dawn Staley. Come on now. I mean, she's turned them into a championship caliber team of hoopsters. Number 24 in the coaches poll. They climbing really fast because people was questioning them. They become a defensive nightmare, which I love, led by Jessica Timmons, averaging 15.3 a game. Backing her up is the powerhouse Essence Cody, coming in at 14.5. I'm so happy these girls, man. I'm telling you, they just be like, it was one game they played like 6 people and they got beat down. I think 3 people was coach's decision or hurt, whatever. Barker was out at the time, and I didn't know what they. I was like, what's going on? I didn't know, but I can see it. I can see what Coach Kerr is doing. They notched their biggest win with a win over number 10 Kentucky, where they forced them folks. They made them knock over the cookie jar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they came in there and forced 20 turnovers. You know, they had all up in the cookie jar over there. It's like, give me that ball, give me that ball, give me the ball. They got one blemish, one lone loss against that juggernaut. Like I said, Coach Dawn Staley and the South Carolina Gamecocks, because I cheer for Dawn too, because she keeps it real. You can't deny the talent. Anyway, they had a 14-game win streak going. They went in there and they got knocked out. Because that team is all gas, no brakes. Before I turn this on, I watched the clips of the Arkansas. Let's see, South Carolina went to visit Arkansas in the latest game. And, you know, I just wonder, like, what's going on with our team? Because I've seen a couple of videos of Dawn Staley goes out and Dawn Staley's here to see this girl. And when she goes to see these girls, they're girls because they're under 18. One thing I noticed about the girl she's looking at, whether that girl is a center, forward, guard, point guard, shooting guard, they're aggressive. If she's a shooter, they're aggressive. If they are guard, they're aggressive. Why? Why is that? So I watched the game today. Every time an Arkansas player was like, all right, hold up. Let's say, no, that's for your team. South Carolina will get up on them girls and press them up and get their hands a flailing. Done it's the cheat code. It's the Saban code. It's what Signetti's doing. I've been saying it for years. I'm about to start railing against it for real now. The hell with these doggone star rating systems. The star rating system sucks. Get out there at these high schools and find some football players. They're going to have some stats. They may be 3 stars, but find the football players. Yeah, the boy shouldn't have to come out there and slap the doggone goalposts or pop somebody on the shoulder. Man, they ought to be popping each other. Go watch the video I did where Matt Te'o, former linebacker for the NFL, but more importantly, he was a linebacker with Notre Dame when they played Alabama in the championship. Just the energy that Alabama came out of the tunnel with was overwhelming. And he looked at his team and he knew it was going to be a long night. Now we coming out the tunnel, we just like, shoot, you know, I wonder if somebody can change the oil on this Ferrari in Tuscaloosa. No, man. So come on, boy, let's get to it. Let's be more aggressive. And to the ladies, Coach Curry, I'm glad you get a turnaround. You're having some success. I don't know how far you can go with this, but keep it going. Man, we love it. Roll Tide to you. And that's all I got for today. Let me get out of here. I got to go see a man about a horse. And until next time, you always know and you always remember. Whew, January 16th was a long way from here. We may lose both quarterbacks. Who knows? I hope they got some of them on the target list. Spitting all over the place. Folks, roll, tide, roll.